It's time for the Longines Chronoscope, a television journal of the important issues of the hour, brought to you every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. A presentation of the Longines Wittnauer Watch Company, maker of Longines, the world's most honored watch, and Wittnauer, distinguished companion to the world-honored Longines. Good evening, this is Frank Knight. May I introduce our co-editors for this edition of the Longines Chronoscope? Larry Lasser from the CBS News staff, and August Heckscher, chief editorial writer for the New York Herald Tribune. Our distinguished guest for this evening is Charles E. Saltzman, Under-Secretary of State.
The State Department has been going through a series of shake-ups, big and little, for as far back as this reporter can remember, and this year is no exception. But for a change, this time the most recent investigation has aimed, it seems to me, at building up the morale of the State Department, and our guest tonight has been in charge of carrying out its recommendations. So we'd like to ask Mr. Saltzman, just what was the situation as you found it when you came into this job?
I came into this job just after the so-called Riston Committee, the Secretary of State's Public Committee on Personnel, had made its report, and the Secretary of State had adopted its fundamental recommendations. And at that time, recruiting at the bottom of the Foreign Service Officer Corps had dried up almost to nothing. And although the responsibilities of the State Department since World War II had increased enormously, and it had had to bear the brunt of the Cold War on behalf of the United States, the Foreign Service Officer Corps had not only had not grown, it had gotten smaller in the last 2 or 3 years.
And the Riston Committee, Mr. Saltzman, had